Here comes the noodles of Asia. Cool, refreshing soup and smooth noodles that will blow the heat away in the hot summer. Their taste will captivate you. Let's get into the world of irresistible noodle dishes of Asia. China is the country where noodles originated. And you can't talk about Chinese noodle dishes without talking about the city. The city is Zhuhai. It's a coastal city in southern China. Thanks to early liberalization, the city has been instrumental in spreading many kinds of noodle dishes to its Asian neighbors. A crowd of people in this early morning at the noodle dish restaurant tells it all.
I'll have this. Please hurry, I'm busy.
Okay, just a moment. It's coming right up.
This place is very popular with busy commuters because of its speedy service of noodle dishes.
I come here every morning. This really fills me up.
The secret of the place's tasty noodle dishes lie in the hearty soup, which is boiled with various meats and bones. The soup and some shreds of meat are added to rice noodles. This Zhuhai's own noodle dish is called Zhuai Tang Hofon.
Secret of my noodle dishes? Oh, I just make them tasty and wholesome.
Is everything all right there? It's cheap and wholesome. The noodle dish is a very popular breakfast menu for people on their way to work. By the way, why is this man eating the noodles without his shirt on?
I wanted to show off my great-looking body.
Okay, let's go to Thailand and meet the noodle master known for 60 years of experience in making noodle dishes. This is Bangkok's food and snack district, the Nora Singh Street. Thailand noodle dishes are famous for a nice blend of spicy, sweet, sour, and salty tastes.
This dish is the best in bringing back lost appetite. It's very clean and refreshing.
This is the place to visit if you want to taste some special noodle dishes. Looks ordinary, but there's something special about this place.
I've been a regular at this place for 8 years. They make the best noodle dishes. I love them.
What makes this place famous is their curled round noodles.
Our secret is in the noodles. No one can make noodles like we do.
The secret is in the noodle making machine. It was personally invented by this man. He's been making noodles for 60 years. Then how do they make their famous noodles in this place? He was determined to make very special noodles no one could copy, and these tools were the result.
This pot, too, was personally made by my father. You put dough in this pot and press it down with this tool to get noodles through the tiny holes at the bottom. You fill 1/3 of the pot with dough like this. What do you think? Nice looking dough, huh? And you bring the pot here. And pull down the lever. Cool, isn't it?
In the old days, I made all the noodles with my hands. But since I created this machine, the job has been much easier.
New noodles are stirred and cooked in hot water for a short time. Then they are washed in cold water to make them chewy. But there's one more key step to the noodle making process. It's a job of curling the noodles for the customer's easy consumption.
You hold up noodles using your thumb and index finger, and you roll them up like this. Cute, huh?
No one in Thailand makes noodles in this way. It's a secret of this restaurant's popularity. The job may look easy, but it requires a secret know-how of a man with many years of noodle making experience. But the noodle master's secret doesn't end there. He makes 4 different sauces with their own unique tastes.
We have here chicken sauce, fish sauce, pepper sauce, and coconut sauce. People like this coconut sauce the most.
The juice is thrown away and only the coconut's white flesh is used. Water is added to the grinded shreds of coconut flesh. And then squeezed in the machine to produce coconut milk. This is the main ingredient of coconut sauce.
We add peanuts to the coconut milk for tasty effect, and also some 5 other ingredients, but I can't tell you what they are, it's our secret.
So this is how Thailand's own noodle dish, Kro Tao Sen Mi, is prepared. A dish of Kro Thai Sen Mi prepared with special noodles and 4 sauces are said to taste like nothing other.
You should try it for yourself. It's an original Thai noodle dish. I'm sure you'll love it.
The Philippines in the center of Southeast Asia. When it comes to the popularity of noodle dishes, no country can top the Philippines. From stir-fried noodles to boiled noodles, there are many kinds of noodle dishes in the country.
Welcome. Would you want to try my hop pop noodles?
This Filipino noodle dish of stir-fried noodles with vegetables is called hot pop.
Let me make a fine dish of hop pop for you.
First, garlic and onion are stir-fried in a hot wok, and then carrots and cucumbers are added.
And you season the vegetables with soy sauce.
To the seasoned vegetables, cooked pork meat is added and stir-fried. Also, beef soup is added and boiled down to pass its flavor to other ingredients. Additional scoops of beef soup are continually poured into the wok.
Now you add dried noodles.
They're not ordinary noodles, they're made with wheat flour and egg yolk. The hard noodles are left in the wok and steamed for 5 minutes to make them soft. And then appetizing scallions are added in the final step. With some last-minute shuffling, hot pot becomes ready to be served.
Hop pop is best when served on a banana leaf. Yes, of course.
Finished hot pot noodles are placed on a banana leaf.
Right before you eat, you add tangy lime juice to the noodles. Let me taste it first. Oh. Good, excellent.
And there's another very famous Filipino noodle dish. You must taste it to believe it. We introduce Pangy Palabok. Okay, let's get to work and make a dish of Pangy Palabok.
You have to use noodles called pancit guisado to produce the right taste.
Rice is the main dietary component of Filipino people, and noodles made with rice are very popular in this country. First, noodles are scalded in boiling water.
You add this special palabok sauce to the noodles.
At this point, we like to introduce the most important palabok sauce. First, some minced garlic is fried in oil.
You boil red beans and get their juice through a sieve.
The red bean juice is then boiled down with onions in the pan. Next, plenty of beef soup is poured. And boiled down with the rest until the whole mixture becomes chunky. And before you know it, you have exotic colored palabok sauce. To palabok top noodles, boiled egg, fried pig skin powder, and stir-fried garlic are added.
Finally, you put a tangy lime on top. Now you can eat.
He must be nervous because of the camera. Oh, he's embarrassing us.
Okay, I'll be careful this time. Here's your pancit palabok. You add tangy lime juice to the dish.
You shuffle the whole thing so that the tangy taste can mix in well with the dish. Oh, it looks very delicious. What does it taste like?
It's tasty and crunchy because of the pigskin powdered topping. Very delicious.
In Laos, there's a very popular noodle dish which tastes especially good in hot and humid summertime. It's a very nice and cold noodle dish. It's known for its characteristic spicy taste.
Would you like some of our noodle dish?
A ball of dried rice noodles is put into boiling beef soup. Next, fresh vegetables are added. After short scalding, the noodles are taken out and washed in cold water. But the secret of the dish is in the red-hot peppers. They're prepared by grinding them down. Meanwhile, an assortment of fruits, vegetables, and noodles are mixed.
This is the most important seasoning sauce.
This reddish sauce is the key to the famous taste this place is known for. The sauce, made with plenty of salted fish, hot pepper, and chili powder, is mixed with noodles.
Finally, you put the noodles with broiled minced garlic for clean taste. This noodle dish will surely bring back the appetite you lost because of hot weather.
This is a spicy noodle dish called Tami. It's regarded by Laotian people as one of the best summertime delicacies. With a variety of noodles and unique ways of preparing them. Noodle dishes will continue to be popular with Asian peoples.
This is Thailand, a country famous for a rich variety of delicious fare and exotic sights. But there's more. There's something that will blow away your stress and fatigue. It's something that tourists in Thailand should not miss. Let's get into the world of wonderful Thai massages that will take care of your body from head to toe. This is Ayutthaya, the capital city of the old Thai kingdom. We were told by many local people that there's a very famous celebrity living in the town. At this house, a curious sign greets visitors. This is a home of a massage specialist. As if in a solemn religious ritual, the man prays in earnest. There's no clue in the room as to whom he's praying to, but after another careful look around, this tiny thing came to our view. Hey, mister, what is that?
That's the massage guru. I could become a massage expert thanks to that guru. It's very important.
It's tiny as a small finger, but perhaps because of its blessing, the masseur gets a customer as soon as he opens his business for today. It looks like the man is not comfortable with his body.
Maybe because of the weather, I had pain all over my body and legs. I couldn't even sleep last night. You've come to the right place.
But instead of massaging, the masseur puts on what looks like a thimble and begins to touch various spots on the patient's body. When this gadget blinks with a red light, currents of electricity are passed onto the man and he squirms.
Why is he squirming?
He's doing that because he's getting electric currents. As they go through, the currents straighten out the problem spots.
But the patient doesn't look so sure.
Are you sure this really works? Come on, buddy. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 50 years.
Our guy, the masseur, kindly shows the patient his most valuable possession.
Oh, this one. What do you know about the diagram?
After examining the patient's body for some time, our masseur suddenly heads to his backyard. This is what he needs for the next step.
This thing will completely loosen up the guy's body. Trust me.
Our curiosity grew as to the usage and purpose of that tool. And he begins to heat the iron tool. He even flips the thing back and forth as if barbecuing. And then he prepares a makeshift bed for the patient. When the masseur's preparation is over, the patient shows up. Maybe the guy was expecting to get a typical massage service, but what he sees is a red-hot iron tool.
You're not gonna put that thing on me, are you? Just watch.
Our man freely touches the red-hot iron with his soul. Hey, mister, are you a masseur or a circus performer?
Of course, I'm a masseur. Don't worry and just lie down. Trust me. Come on, lie down.
The patient doesn't seem to know what to do, but probably thinking the masseur must not have called him here to stage some fire stunt show, the patient agrees to lie down. But
Oh my god, oh my god.
after touching some liquid and burning iron in turn, the masseur places his sole on the patient's stomach and applies pressure. What's this got to do with massage? The liquid he touches with his sole is olive oil. He heats his olive oil sole on an iron tool and then brings it to bear it on the patient's problem spots. This is the secret of Mr. Common's massage. Currently, the patient remains quiet as though he is in deep sleep.
Isn't it too hot?
I never expected it, but it's very comforting. I'm sleepy already.
It could have inflicted burns on the masseur and patient alike, but they're both fine, and the patient seems to have a wonderful feeling.
It's a piece of cake. I've been doing this for 50 years, and I never once got a burn.
Even cold water gets steam off in seconds on the burning plate, yet Mr. Comon's sole is in perfectly fine shape.
The secret of this massage technique is in my right foot sole. I can't do this with my left foot. You want to touch it? How does it feel?
It's still hot.
Is it hard or soft?
That part is hard.
Anyone want Mr. Comon's foot sole massage? This is the capital city of Thailand, Bangkok. This is a pet shop in the city reputed to be providing an exotic massage service. Before the owner of the place, we were greeted by this at the door.
Are you here to get a massage?
When a pet arrives, old ones begin to size up their new rival, but it looks like the new one is scared and it refuses to come out of the bag. Once taken out by the owner against its will, the new dog is busy hiding from the hounding rival dogs. Please don't bite me!
Hey, you, new dog, stop hiding and pay your respect to us old-timers. I can't even sleep because of those noisy dogs.
I wish I could get a massage.
In this place, pets and their owners are the boss. We provide them with anything they need and want.
The owner's statement was not a wild boast. The shop was full of pet-related items. From a variety of pet-themed interior decors and accessories to pets' necessities, a shop full of pet items were being displayed. The most eye-catching item among them was shampoo for pets.
The secret of our pet's silky smooth fur lies in that shampoo. But there's more. If you want a massage, you should wait in line.
The massage is done by soft massaging of the pet's back. As in a massage for people, oil is used. The fragrant pet's massage oil is named Aroma.
It smells better than the ones people use.
Oh, feels so nice. No, not there. I got an itchy right ear. Yes, there. Oh, it feels so good.
From head to toe, okay, this pet is done. Come in, next pet.
Hey, mister, don't even think about cutting in front of me.
The next guest is a cat. Although it's a pet, cats naturally do not welcome getting touched by men.
Hey, I don't feel right about this.
But they quickly calm down.
Like the man said, the cat quickly calms down and begins to enjoy the massage. Added to the massage is the owner's fanning service. There's no way now this cat can keep itself from falling asleep. Besides these wacky massages, there's a classy massage parlor which provides original Thai massage service to its customers. The place is considered one of the finest in Thailand. Every guest is first greeted by a lady handing out a flower at the entrance. It must be a pleasant place for the body as well as the five senses. On the other side of the main lobby are a number of people in meditation. Isn't this place a massage shop?
In order to become a massage specialist, you should know how to take 108 basic yoga poses.
Traditional Thai massages have been influenced by Indian yoga for thousands of years. It has a great effect on relaxing tensions in muscle and balancing energy in the body. And since massaging means exchange of energy between two people, find balance between mental and physical energy in masseuse and masseuses is considered very important.
We hold yoga and meditation sessions for our employees 3 times a day. Healthy massages can only come from a healthy state of mind.
Before getting in, guests are required to go through the first step. It's designed to give guests peace of mind.
These are classic Thai poems. Please read them and calm yourselves down.
After the first step, guests are briefly examined.
It's important to know beforehand the state of the guest's body in order to prepare suitable massage courses.
A walk in the garden further provides guests with peace of mind, and browsing through plates depicting old yoga poses helps guests to get acquainted with traditions of Thai massage. The traditional Thai massage stresses the importance of energy channels in the body, thus produces many poses similar to those of yoga. Okay, it's time for the real massage service. First, guests are served with hot tea while getting their feet washed by employees. As with the tea, using flowers in foot baths is a Thai massage tradition. Flowers are used because their scent has the effect of calming people. In foot massages, even makroots are not spared.
It's similar to lemons. Wouldn't it be nice if your feet smelled like lemons?
I've been having problems with my foot odor. Now I guess I found an answer.
With their unique method, this place pleases guests' eyes and noses. Of course, this is not the end.
Our shop is filled with features that were designed to accommodate the guests' needs and feelings. Take a look at this. If you look into it, you'll have a wonderful night.
It's a small consideration for guests who have to lie down on his stomach for the massage. For a full-length body massage, peppermint-scented warm oil is used. To maximize the synergy of energy from body contacts, a person giving massages utilizes not only hands and feet, but also the whole body.
Not to mention palms, we use our feet to ease tensions in guest body.
Depending on the guest condition, different massage oils are used. Watery papaya oil is used for its acidic property to remove waste and toxins from the skin. Also, Dead Sea mud and various herbs are used to stimulate lymph glands from reinvigorating effects. It's a perfect remedy for stress and fatigue.
I feel like I can fly. Now I'm so relaxed mentally and physically.
Meanwhile, in the kitchen, they're busy preparing dishes for their guests. This healthy and delicious-looking dish is herbal fried rice. And this one is steamed herbal octopus with mushrooms. After a massage, guests are treated to a sumptuous meal. A wide variety of salads and menus are provided.
You want to know what this tastes like? It tastes like a king's meal. Wow, it's good.
From start to finish, this massage shop completely takes care of its guests. No wonder tourists feel happy to open their wallet in this place.
It was really wonderful today. Honey, let's come here again tomorrow.
Wonderful Thai massage. It's a product of old traditions added with efforts to further develop and improve that valuable inheritance from the past.
Learn before you leave. Let's hear hidden tales around the globe. From fish named after a national hero of the Philippines, Lapu Lapu, and adorable Croatian Dalmatians looking like fresh out of the Disney classic, to the side of a sad love story from a Chamorro tribe in Guam. Let's hear the interesting stories around the world. This is the Philippines, known for her tropical beauty in Southeast Asia. We set out in search of interesting tales in this country filled with wonderful sights and exciting activities. This is Parasawain Church in the suburb of Manila. It's a church everyone in the country knows. For 120 years, this church has been the site of the most important political and public events in the country. But there's another reason why this church is so famous. Here, take a look. It's the church depicted on the most commonly exchanged 10 peso bill.
Doesn't it look wonderful?
It's rather small and petite, but Parasawain Church is regarded as a national site as to be drawn on a national currency bill.
We're much familiar with the church since we see it every day on the 10 peso bill, but the church has also been the site of every presidential inauguration ceremony.
If you happen to go to the Philippines, don't forget to visit Parasawain Church. Let's head to the beautiful beaches of Cebu for a change. In this world-famous vacation spot filled with tropical beauties and exciting activities, we were told that there's a place which attracts tourists and the locals alike. This public park near the beach has a very special tale. Lapu Lapu, standing as a statue, is the hero of the tale. In the very old days, brave Lapu Lapu was the chief of a tribe which ruled this area.
Without him, beautiful Cebu wouldn't have existed at all. He's really a hero.
The story goes back 500 years ago. Explorer Magellan and his crews came upon Cebu. Magellan and his men tried to change the religion of natives and conquer their land. It was the courageous chief Lapu Lapu who fought against the European invaders. Lapu Lapu killed Magellan and defended his people and land. But he was killed by another Spanish force. After his death, he became a national hero of Filipino people. But there's another place where you can meet the Filipinos' national hero. Surprisingly, the place turns out to be a fish market. What's a fish market got to do with the national hero Lapu Lapu? The name of a fish is the connection. Filipino fish markets sell fish named Lapu Lapu. This is the fish. Lapu Lapu is the best-selling fish in this country. The fish is regarded by the people as having the best taste. The fish was named after the national hero chief Lapu Lapu.
My family, including myself, loves Lapu Lapu. It tastes great no matter how you cook it. It's our favorite dish.
Then let's see how Filipino people use Lapu Lapu for their dishes. The most important thing in preparing Lapu Lapu is its freshness.
It tastes 2 times better if you prepare it while it's still alive.
It's a sizable fish that can feed many mouths.
It's large, so it can make many people happy with its great taste. The fish is worthy of its name.
Lapu Lapu has characteristic black spots on its body. Okay, it's time to see how strong the Lapu Lapu is. Wow! It's a mighty fish! This is the famous fried Lapu Lapu that captivates Filipino people.
Now it's ready. Looks good, doesn't it?
As a chief, Lapu Lapu has been their favorite hero. The Lapu Lapu has equally been Filipinos' favorite fish. But how does it really taste?
It melts in your mouth. When you're in the Philippines, don't forget to meet our hero Lapu Lapu and taste the fish Lapu Lapu.
This is the country of Croatia in Europe, bordering the Adriatic Sea. Croatia is known for a series of picturesque ports dotting its beautiful coastline. It's not a well-known country, but Croatia is a very popular vacationing spot in Europe.
As you can see, the sea here is as calm as any river.
Seems like this country has some special tales.
It's nice out here, but you should try downtown in the city.
Croatia is not a large country in size and has a population of 4.7 million. This is Zagreb, the capital city of Croatia. There's a very unique shop in the city. This shop has been making handmade fountain pens for 60 years. Opened in 1947, the shop has been run by 2 generations. The place is filled with traces from the past.
I don't know if you ever heard this, but the fountain pen was first invented by a Croatian. I have proof in my shop.
The owner showed us his most valuable treasure, the world's first fountain pen. Even in this age of computers and keyboards, the fountain pen is still considered as an essential article for real gentlemen around the world.
When I become too old, my son will continue to make fountain pens in this shop.
It was nice learning that a Croatian invented the fountain pen. The city is always bustling with natives and tourists. Meanwhile, in the streets, there's a common sight. It's a scene of people walking their black-spotted Dalmatian dog.
The Dalmatian is really a cute and lovely dog. There are many stories about the dog's origin, but we believe Dalmatian is native to Croatia.
Since the Disney classic 101 Dalmatians, the dog has been widely known and loved around the world. Befitting the title Dalmatian's home country, streets and shops are filled with things that are related to the dog. Oh, how cute! Okay, let's go meet some real Dalmatian dogs. After lots of asking around, we headed to a Dalmatian farm in the suburb of Zagreb.
Oh, you're here to see Dalmatians. They love to run around, so they're not here right now. They're in a farm, over in that direction.
When we arrived at the farm, we saw a couple of Dalmatians playing with other dogs in the ground.
Hello. Oh, you're here to film us. It's nice to meet you.
How about me? You don't like me? Leave me alone then.
Who are you looking for? I look cute on TV too. Oh well.
Oh, there comes our dog! As expected, it's one good-looking dog.
Sorry for making you wait. I'm a Dalmatian.
A quick look at the dog is enough to reveal that the Dalmatian is a very special breed. Black or brown spots spread all over the body are the #1 trademark of Dalmatians. Dalmatians are very friendly, active, and intelligent. For those qualities, Dalmatians were used as coach escorts, firefighting, and hunting dogs in many countries in Europe.
There are ancient Greek engravings of Dalmatians. They have a very long history, which makes them even more interesting.
With their fine qualities, Dalmatians are a source of joy for many Croatians. Would you like a Dalmatian for your pet? This is beautiful Guam in the west of the Pacific Ocean. It's an island with many tropical charms. The island with beautiful beach and translucent sea looks like a paradise on Earth. So beaches of Guam are busy with tourists from all over the world all year round. But from 2,000 years ago, the real master of the island has been the Chamorro natives. The Chamorro people have been modernized, but they still retain their old traditions and culture. What kind of interesting tales do the Chamorro people have for us? With much curiosity, we followed a few men on a mountain trail to the old remains of a Chamorro community.
This is the area where the Chamorro people lived. It contains thousands of years of history.
People can easily come across these sorts of remains in Guam. The remains show that the Chamorro people lived closely to their natural surrounding. The Chamorro people subsisted on foods they got from their natural surrounding.
This fruit was their main diet. It's a breadfruit.
Breadfruit was a main source of food for a lot of other Pacific Islanders living in tropical habitats. They ate the fruit after baking or steaming them. They also acquired needed fibers from breadfruit skin and used wood from their tree to build homes. Unlike its name, breadfruit is said to taste like the sweet potato. What do you think?
It's very good.
Meanwhile, there's a legend which comes up every time when you talk about the Chamorro people. It has something to do with this high cliff.
It's a very sad story.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Once upon a time on this island, there was a young couple who loved each other very much. But there was also someone who tried very hard to break them up.
No!
The bad guy was none other than the chief of their tribe.
Bring me money. Lots of it.
The couple failed to come up with the money for their marriage and had to get separated.
Hey, Chief, here's the money. Give me the girl. Okay. What's the matter? You're my wife from now on.
Faced with the prospect of a forced marriage to the Spanish captain, the couple ran away, but they were soon driven to the cliff by the pursuing chief. In the end, the couple tied their hair to each other's and jumped off from the cliff to their death. The story became a legend and passed down to generation after another. Thanks to the story, the Two Lovers Point has been a very popular site for tourist couples. The cliff is regarded as a site that symbolizes love and devotion.
The cliff is the symbol of Guam. The place looks different once you get acquainted with the story.
From the tale of a hero who fought off invaders to the sad love story of a couple. Wherever you go, there will always be plenty of interesting tales in the world.
Beijing in China is a city filled with great sights and things to do. The city is also full of interesting people as well. From a celebrity like Grandpa, who drove a tricycle for tourists for many years, to a fascinating Beijing opera actor. Let's get to know these people in Beijing. Beijing is the capital city of China as well as the #1 tourist attraction. There are lots of people, a lot of tourists, and Beijing bustles with all these people all day. One of the most common sights in Beijing is the column of tricycle taxis driving tourists. Riding the tricycle taxi is one of the attractions the city tour of Beijing provides. Currently, there are about 1,000 tricycle taxi drivers working in Beijing. Scenes of tourists haggling with tricycle drivers are a common sight, and streets are busy with fares waiting to get on their tricycle ride. Meanwhile, we were told that there's a very special tricycle driver.
Every driver knows him. He's my teacher. He taught me how to be a good tricycle taxi driver.
Oh, that man with a long beard must be our guy.
More than anything else, as a tricycle taxi driver, you should make your passengers happy. You shouldn't just drive around without saying a word.
Out of countless tricycle taxis in the city, Mr. Chow is the most popular one with tourists. What's the secret? Mr. Chow's tricycle may look like any other, but his has a radio on it.
Before anything, I'm not like any other tricycle driver. You should try my taxi and see for yourself.
A few tourists agreed to get on Mr. Chow's taxi after some haggling. But there's something Mr. Chow shows to his passengers first. It's a newspaper featuring himself. With his long trademark beard and special attention to his passengers, he gained a celebrity-like status. Tricycle taxi is useful when traveling too long for walking but too short for regular taxi distance. The tourist passengers on his tricycle are excited about the Beijing city tour.
It's wonderful. I wish I could take pictures of everything I see.
Mr. Chow's 2-hour tricycle tour takes you to the traditional residential areas of Beijing where you can see and feel the old culture. A traditional souvenir shop along the tour course is especially popular. The shop's specialty is Chinese kites. In the shop, tourists are captivated by the variety of kites in different colors and shapes. While tourists have a good time in the shop, Mr. Chow quietly waits for them at a corner. 65-year-old Mr. Chow is the oldest tricycle taxi driver in the city. He has been a tricycle taxi driver for 8 years now. He's a veteran driver who has taught 20 students on how to be a good tricycle taxi driver. This is Beijing Park, one of Mr. Chow's tour course stops. He explains to his fares what the statue is about. He acts as a tour guide as well. By the way, you have the same shoes, Mr. Chow. For his passengers, he demonstrates the famous Tai Chi moves right on the spot. After spending a few hours with him, we came to know the secret of Mr. Chow's popularity. Knowing everything there is to know about Beijing City Tour, he doesn't forget to provide his passengers with valuable information.
It was a really enjoyable 2 hours. Mr. Chow will always come to my mind when I hear the word Beijing.
After 2 hours, Mr. Chow and his tourists bid farewell to each other. If you happen to go to Beijing, don't forget to meet nice and Mr. Kind, Mr. Chow. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, and this is a Szechuan-style Chinese restaurant in the city. The place is very popular with tourists and the locals alike. After enjoying delicious Szechuan cuisines, it's time for digestion, but there's no need to worry. There's an exciting performance waiting to be staged. What's this captivating performance all about? With Chinese classic opera-style dance, the actor performs the art of changing face. The man who changes his mask like magic is a face-changing actor with 30 years of experience. His name is Wang Anjin. Fascinating skill of changing face is a form of traditional Chinese art. It's a unique performance of putting on a series of different masks without audiences noticing the act. This is a residential area in Beijing. Outside of his apartment, Mr. Wang is engrossed in performing his act. His art is about subtle change of masks. To that end, he needs to draw away audiences' eyes away from his face with various moves and poses. For that reason, he has many fake moves that are very eye-catching.
It's a difficult performance since you have to hide your most important act. That's why I have to practice every day. You want to see my practice room? Come this way.
Okay, let's follow Mr. Wang.
I never show this place to other people, but I'll make an exception today. Actually, there's nothing special about the room. Anyway, come in.
That must be the door to the secret room where he practices his moves. As expected, the door was locked tight. From the front entrance, we had to go past 3 locked doors to see his practice room.
This is my stage dress. Since there are things I need to hide, I can't show you the inside of the dress or other props.
For this reason, he personally makes his own stage dresses and articles.
I made these shoes myself, too. There are secrets in them as well.
Meanwhile, he took out something from his drawer. It's a mask he wears in his performance. Like other things, he makes the masks himself. Each mask he uses represents certain virtues, such as loyalty, wickedness, righteousness, and etc. Also, many masks are used to express different emotions. The art of changing face is only taught to a small group of actors. The art is so secretive, and the actors are required to use separate dressing rooms. He spends most of his leisure time preparing stage dresses and articles.
Okay, this one's finished. You like it? It takes about 2 days to make a mask like this one. It's a lot of work.
And at last, he led us into his practice room. When not on stage performing, he spends most of his time in this room practicing his moves. He learned the art from his father and father-in-law. For the last 30 years, he has devoted his whole life to the art.
You can't afford to make one mistake on stage. That's why you have to practice, practice, and practice again.
He's usually invited as a special guest to perform in various restaurants and various public events. Since there's only a limited number of changing face artists, and thanks to a large number of those events, he makes a good earning.
I have to go to the Sichuan restaurant again tonight. I perform at the place quite often.
With his bag, he heads to downtown Beijing. Because he performs in the evening, he usually leaves his home for work around 6 p.m.
My daily schedule is the opposite of most other people's, so it took me a while to get used to it. It's all right now, though.
It's 8 o'clock in the evening. This Szechuan restaurant is where Mr. Huang does most of his work. It's a famous establishment in Beijing, which serves an average of 700 patrons daily. As usual, the place is busy with citizens of Beijing and tourists who finish their daytime city tour. Szechuan style is regarded as the best when it comes to Chinese cuisine.
It's very good.
I come here because I can enjoy great food as well as wonderful performances.
The art of changing face originated from the Szechuan province, and the second floor of this restaurant displays a variety of masks and other articles related to the art. While patrons are busy dining, our changing face artist Mr. Wang Anjin, in full stage costume, gets ready for tonight's performance. He walks up the stairs to his stage in the second floor of the restaurant. People who are already done with their dining wait in the hallway to see Mr. Wang's performance. By the minute, the size of the audience only grows. The fact that he can't afford to make one mistake is a heavy burden, even for an actor of Mr. Wang's experience. Okay, it's showtime. Mr. Wang's magical performance begins. Let's get lost in his marvelous performance. In a 10 to 15 minute performance, he changes his mask about 10 times. The marveled audience remains clueless as to how Mr. Wang performs his magical acts. It's a magic show as well as an artistic performance. Wild applauses break out from the audience.
Oh, it was so cool. I've seen the performance many times, but it's marvelous every time. I'm really curious how he does it.
At the end of the thrilling performance, Mr. Wang takes off his last mask and greets his audience with his real face. This is the most rewarding moment for him.
I'm very tense and sweat a lot during my performance, but when I finish the act without any mistakes, I feel like flying. It's a feeling you can only grasp by real experience.
People gather around him to ask questions.
He never tells how he does it. He only talks about his dance.
How tough the performance has been for him can be seen by the sweat on his forehead. But when taking photos with his audience without the mask, he feels exhilaration that can be only experienced by a face-changing artist. The world is wide, and you have so many interesting people to meet. We met a few of those people in Beijing. They were all devoted to their work as well as their life.